Hey everyone, Nathan here from Coins and ICOs, and today I want to talk to you about Oyster. So, websites today use a lot of advertising, and a lot of companies use advertising. The reason websites have ads is because they need to pay for the, amongst other things, they need to pay for the storage space that they need for their website, for the videos and photos and so on. So they use ads. Let's say Nike wants to advertise a new shoe. It pays a website, let's say Amazon. It pays them in order for Amazon to publish this new ad. And this gives Amazon money that they can pay later for the storage space and for the workers and so on. But a lot of us today use ad blocks because it's too much. A lot of websites today have too much ads and it's really distracting, so we use ad blocks, and this basically eliminates the whole purpose of advertising, and that's a problem. And another thing, even if we don't have ad block, we just don't pay attention anymore to the ads because there's too much of them. So Oyster has developed two solutions here. The first solution will eliminate the problem of too much ads or even any ads. And the second solution is for a secured and encrypted storage space where we as users will be able to store our data in a much safer way. So let's start with the data storage. Oyster is a platform where you can store data, much like in Google Drive and in Dropbox and so on. The difference is that the data you store on Oyster will be encrypted and will be a lot more secured because everything is divided between a lot of nodes. That's why it's a lot more safer and it will be a lot harder to steal this information. Now, even more so, is it written right here, no personal information, usernames, nor password are ever used because each uploaded file is assigned a unique handle, which acts like a private seed key. So everyone gets a key. That's why it's all anonymous. The files are stored on the IOTA Tangle. Now, the IOTA Tangle technology is different than the blockchain technology. So in the blockchain technology, let's say I want to validate a package of information. So this package goes to a node and then other users validate this information, which is called mining. And then it becomes a block that goes into the blockchain and is stored in the blockchain. But the IOTA Tangle is something else. Let's say that I and 100 more users send 100 packages of information that needs to be validated. So in the blockchain community, it will all go to one node and then it will be validated by miners. But in the IOTA Tangle, we all validate each other. So basically in the IOTA Tangle, which is also proof of work, we are all validating each other's packages. The advantage here is, first of all, it's a lot more secure because there's not one node that everything is validated on that node. There are a lot of nodes, so that's more secure. And the second thing is that the processing time is faster because it is divided with all of us, and that's why the processing time is faster. But Oyster is using Ethereum blockchain to produce the tokens. Okay, so let's move on to the protocol overview. If I'm a storage user, I want to store information. I want to upload a terabyte of files to Oyster. I pay a fee with tokens to two broker nodes. This information is stored in the Tangle system, and the reward is that I am getting a secure and an anonymous way to store my data. Now, the broker node is basically the miners that they take this package of information and pass it to, amongst other things you can see here, pass it to the IOTA Tangle ledger. Now, the broker nodes get rewarded with tokens. It's much like mining in other blockchains. Now, a web node is something very interesting. We've talked about this earlier, that this platform will create revenue for websites, and then they won't need to use advertising. So let's say a website adds the Oyster protocol to their website after they write this line of code that we saw here. After they write this line of code, it's very simple. They add Oyster to their website. And then web nodes, which are basically regular users that use this website. So let's say, for example, an online clothing store adds the Oyster protocol script to their website. So if a user that usually goes into this website all the time, every day, and is in this website like 2 hours a day, usually gets a lot of ads. So now the user is becoming a node. So that means he's basically a passive miner. Now he doesn't have to do anything. He's only using the website like he always uses it, but with no ads, of course. So he uses the website, and he's granted access to the website from the website owner. So while he is looking for shirts, he is actually mining passively for tokens. Now he's doing this while he is in the website and looking for shirts. When he finds tokens passively, it is sent into the platform, and then afterwards the website owners is getting paid in those tokens, and then he can pay for his storage space and doesn't have to have ads on his website. So that's the other thing that Oyster is doing here. The first thing is they have developed a storage platform that is secured and is anonymous. The second thing is that they are giving the opportunity for websites owners to be a part of the Oyster platform and get paid in tokens, which will lead to that they won't need ads anymore. Now it's a win-win situation. The website owner is getting paid, so he doesn't need to put ads anymore. And we as consumers don't want to see those ads, so we're not getting those ads. But as web nodes, we use the website, and this process is going on in the background. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go into the coin distribution here. The total supply of Pearl's tokens of PRL will be 500 million, and the hard cap is 80,000 Ethereum. So if we do the math here, 80,000 Ethereum times 300, that's $24 million. So they want to raise $24 million. And now in the crowd sale, 1 Ethereum will give you 5,000 PRLs. So 5,000 PRLs divided by 300, $300 divided by 5,000 PRLs. Now it means that one token is worth 6 cents. So one token, 6 cents, will give you 1 gigabyte of data storage per year. So if, for example, you want to store terabyte of information, of data, a terabyte of information for a year will cost you $60. So $5 a month, and you will be able to store a terabyte of data in an anonymous way and a secure way. So that's a pretty good price. And they wrote here, let's see where they wrote it. Yeah, right here. That the crowd sale price is offered at a fraction of storage prices. Therefore, early investors, so that means that the early investor that will buy in right now will earn a profit with low downside risk. In the crowd sale, they will issue 400 million tokens. The hard cap is 400 million tokens. And the total supply is 500 million. 25 million will go to marketing, and 75 million tokens will go to the development fund. Now, this is something that I really like about Oyster. It's a protocol-centric development. What they're basically saying is that if there are, let's say, 3-4 developers that are working on the Oyster platform, so if one of them is sick or one of them has problems at home, let's say, so the development will be delayed because there are people and they're not robots. And sometimes something happened. But what Oyster did here is that they are taking 15% of the total PRL token supply and reserving it to pay freelance developers for completing development bounties. They're paying freelance developers to complete development bounties. So this basically means that if you're a developer, you will be able to take part in developing the system and get paid with tokens. So this will speed up the process. So that's pretty good. So to summarize, what Oyster is basically doing here is two things. They are creating a platform where you can store data that will be anonymous and secured. So the second thing is that website owners will be able to be a part of this platform and will be able to get paid for doing so. So now an owner will be able to pay for the costs of running a website, and then he will not need to use ads, and his website will be a lot more user-friendly. In general, this is what Oyster wants to bring into the market. If you want to learn more, you should read their white paper. In the description below, I linked their Telegram group. You could join in and ask the team whatever you want and get all the updates you need. So feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. This has been Nathan from Coins and ICOs. Thank you.